Oh yeah, the envelope, please. Let's see what we're gonna chat about. We got what speakers parallel with or sound similar to Abyss? If none, what speakers do you like? Parallel with the sound or sound similar to. So
Parallel.
Similar?
Yeah. We don't have really much of a sound, I would say, so it's really more of like a reference flat sound. Doesn't have any extraordinary emphasis at any frequency range. So I would say any speaker that is tuned well and sounds good is very similar, but that's troubling because
it has to reproduce harmonic structure really well too.
yeah.
That's where speakers tend to go get goofy.
Bass texture.
And usually you pretty much ignore bass on a lot of speakers until you get to the real high end.
Yeah.
If you want really good bass, it's really, really challenging to do in a room with the speakers.
Well,
So
the room is
that's the biggest thing. Because I've been to a few 2-channel shows, like we all have, right, over the years.
Yeah.
And I've heard a bunch of different systems in the shows, and obviously they're show systems. They're slapped together. Not an ideal setting, but the
We do
reality
put
is
some
that's-
thought process into it, but
Yeah.
it's in a completely unoptimized room.
Yeah, but
You know?
how far off is that from where a customer would be?
Yeah, way
Like
off.
it's-
Yeah, it's never going to sound the same at home.
Yeah, but a lot of times people don't. There's
You get an
I'm-
idea, but
I'm guessing there's a great deal of people that don't have the knowledge that a lot of the people, the vendors, the exhibitors have, that
Oh, right.
probably wouldn't set their home system up quite as well
Yeah,
as somebody
right.
else that's experienced could. So
Yeah,
there,
you-
you get all different grades.
you got to mix and match.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing it shows is some people are cheating. They're running like mastered tapes and stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you're like, well,
I don't think that's cheat. I think
Yeah.
that's good planning.
yeah, you're
If you
like,
could get someone that's got master tapes of the
Yeah.
baller reel to reel,
yeah,
you got it made. That one year we had Bruce in our room with that stuff.
yeah,
And man, I had other manufacturers coming in the room I ain't never seen before. They never came to visit.
Yeah.
Manufacturers tend not to go visit each other because you're busy doing your own room.
Yeah.
But yeah, these guys are coming going, what the hell? They wanted to see what we were doing that
Yes.
sounded so damn good. And it was a friggin' reel to reel.
Mhm.
Well,
Now
if you
you
think
see
about
that
it-
regularly at shows.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see a lot of the guys that are the baller setups will do reel to reel, which is it is good.
You've been to a lot of shows, 2-channel stuff.
Too many.
How many of those systems have you heard that actually were impressive? That you went, wow, this is something pretty exceptional,
At a trade show, almost nothing.
right?
I
'Cause for
mean, you
me,
can go in 150 rooms.
it was like 2.
and it's
Yeah.
going to be 149 rooms of this thing needs
Right.
help.
Most of them, they're just fine.
They think it sounds good.
right.
But to me, I mean, and I'm very particular, I
Yeah.
guess. We're all, I think, very
Well, see,
particular.
I'm coming in from a very different perspective. Since I never really was that deep involved in the 2-channel industry, I was never actually seriously concerned about buying this stuff because the stuff people tend to be showing at trade shows, it's crazy expensive. I'm not spending $500,000 on a speaker system.
We should qualify what I said, though, when I'm talking about what I like.
Yeah.
Most of the rooms I wouldn't go
Yeah.
for it. You could hear that things that need adjusting in there.
Right.
You know, and again, it's because I'm coming from a different angle than the people in the room. The systems are nice, very nice. The equipment's nice.
Oh, they look awesome.
Yeah.
They're
You know,
set up
it's
nice.
more of a
equipment's
setup
nice.
thing
Yeah,
than
right.
it is the. I'm not saying that the speakers suck.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that.
Yeah, oh, yeah, of
usually
course
you
not.
could, but again, like you said, it's a show. So.
But the final experience you get as a consumer when you walk in,
Yeah.
you don't care about anything. Because personally, I don't care about the price of the
That's-
equipment.
that takes time.
That's secondary to me. I'm not buying it either way, so it really doesn't matter
Yeah.
to me, right? I much more I much more prefer the headphone experience over speaker experience for the most part. Speakers for me is like you're playing background music for the most part. I don't actively sit and listen to 2-channel speakers, whereas I
Yeah.
would with headphones. So I'm not spending $500,000 or plus on a speaker system.
None of us are.
Right?
No.
So it really doesn't matter what it costs to me. I'm just walking to the room and I've heard a bunch of rooms. And out of those, there was like 2 that I thought, wow, this sounds good.
Yeah.
So that's ridiculous, I would think. You would think it would be a little bit higher than that.
Yeah,
You have really high-end setups, and most of them are just underwhelming.
You break away a lot at shows. You tend to get around a little more than we do. It's
no.
like
Well, actually, I
that's
think
what we
get
ask you.
some-
What the hell? So we don't have to bother. How'd that sound?
Yeah. Well, yeah, with headphones, yeah. But yeah, it is
Yeah,
only a
with
few.
speakers.
Only a few.
before the headphones.
Yeah, only a few systems have ever been like, wow,
Yeah.
this is actually like
Something you'd want to own.
something that is
Yeah.
better than I've heard, like than I've ever heard.
But especially
Yeah.
now, comparing it to a really high-end headphone system,
Yeah.
that it's just amazing.
That's the really.
It's really, really hard to compete.
Yeah.
I've heard 1 or 2 systems that I think are in that range of competing with a really high-end headphone setup. You can
Yeah.
do it, but it's really,
It's
really
be
hard.
difficult to get to the resolution
Really
of like
hard.
a TC.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't. In fact, you can't given. You just can't with the crossovers
You
and
might
stuff
not.
like
It's really tricky.
that. There is a limitation.
So-
I mean, and one way to tell is like you turn the volume down so low that you could barely
Yeah.
appreciate an image, and then move in closer to the speaker, turn the volume down some more. And at some point, you'll realize a level that
Yeah.
the image just drops out, and it's just a left, right. You just don't. There's not enough information there. But with headphones, because they're so intimate to your ear, first of all, they're really close. And again, if you got closer to speakers, you'd find out that there is a point where they just won't play anymore. Where like a headphone like this, you could turn the volume way down, and you're gonna get left, right, and imaging.
Well, or you could turn it way up
really,
because
really.
it's
Yeah, right, or way up. Yeah.
You go either way, and that's
Yeah.
the thing with speakers. If you want to play super duper loud, usually something just absolutely falls apart.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
headphones, you could get away with really high volumes, at least
Yeah.
on our headphones.
People always tend to, with shows, they always bring in piano for us
Yeah.
to play it for speakers, not the
Yeah.
headphones so much, but the piano. Piano will rip apart a lot of tweeters on speakers. Most people that have been through speakers
Oh,
know
yeah.
that. You know, there's certain tracks, and it's because of the resonant of a piano. It's got such strong harmonic structure, and it's just pinging the materials basically. You know, and it tends to want to find fault. You know.
So do you remember the two speakers that you like the best?
I actually don't. It was a while ago.
Oh yeah.
But I remember the system was both visually impressive and sonically superb. So personally, for me, with speaker system, what I look for in a speaker system is more or less the aesthetics, because that's what I prioritize more. If I'm playing something on it, it's just kind of like general background music. So as long as it sounds okay, it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to set the room up specifically for listening to audio.
That's
So
what
it's just
headphones
got to
are
be
for?
speakers that look pretty good. If I want good quality audio, I'm just going to put the headphones on.
It's RADE. I don't
The
know.
Rados.
Those.
I think they're Rado. Yeah.
Bruce was in the room. They were playing master tapes, plainer something tweeter, but they're
Rado.
they're-
RARHOD.
yeah, they're like Danish.
Yeah.
Either way, those sounded really, really, really good.
Yeah.
How much are they?
Really expensive for a book. They're like 25 grand
Well,
bookshelves,
Jesus. Okay, well, it doesn't
but they
matter.
sound real good.
So what I said is still valid.
Well, there's no cheap
I'm
stuff.
not buying it.
There's no cheap
Right.
stuff that sounds good.
No, there isn't much.
The problem is that people think that, so
Well, yeah. Well, you could kill a room real easy. Just put a lot of foam in it,
Yeah.
a lot of pillows.
Speakers.
Well, you know, one of the things we always kind of liked were the 800 series, the Bowers and Wilkins stuff.
Yep.
you know,
It's pretty damn nice for a dynamic-based speaker.
Mhm.
But I'd say mostly if you want to compare to the headphones, you got to look for a planar, some sort of planar loudspeaker. Design is going to be the closest thing to the openness and
Yeah.
you know,
giant planers.
yeah. But you need giant rooms for them
Yes.
too, and proper placement. And you got to bring them out of the way from the walls. They're very difficult to deal with. And but once it's set up and if you got a room for it, they're pretty good.
Or like the highest end Magico, like the Q7s or whatever.
My buddy Mike,
Those are kind of like that.
the Magicos are really
Yeah,
cool.
the big
too.
Magico.
Yeah, yeah. But they're more of a dynamic speaker sound.
Yes.
Like in the bass region and stuff, they don't even nothing like
Yeah.
our headphone
Yeah.
really. They're but they are cool. They're
Yeah.
good. The latest gens are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Kalelis, a buddy of mine, he owns Arian Audio, and he's making his own ribbons
Mm.
now. Ribbon-based speakers. It's a system.
yeah,
Yeah.
He
hear 'em
supplies
out.
you with a DSP. I haven't heard him yet, but I know Mike's tastes, and he said they sound pretty good, which means they sound really good. Because he was selling planar speakers from Italy
Yeah.
or something like that.
S-
The Analysis, what are
yeah.
they called?
Yeah.
They were-
Greece or something?
Greece?
I think.
Yeah, he was selling those, the big ones, and
Yeah.
they were what, 30 grand or something,
Something
a pair.
like that,
They were
yeah.
big,
Yeah.
6-foot high freaking planar speakers. Those sounded,
Yeah, those
when
were
he
good.
set up the system, he did
Yeah.
some shows, those sounded really good.
Mhm.
That's very similar to our headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except in the bass,
But he's
obviously.
making smaller ones now on his own ribbons, and he's using DSP to go with it. And he supplies the amplification, so it's a complete system.
Yeah.
It's DSP tuned, and I guess it even tunes the room too. This this $3 or $4 grand DSP unit he's got with it.
Mhm.
But yeah, the Arians, I'm sure, I can't wait to hear them. They sound really good, but he's making one pair at a time,
Oh.
very
Yeah.
slowly, you know. Yeah, so
There hasn't been a lot of trade shows lately, so
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
that too.
right.
Hard to hear
that
this
too.
stuff.
So we haven't had a chance. But
Mhm.
yeah, those. I think that's what you would need is a speaker like that to match the sound, but it wouldn't match the bass
Mm-mm.
because those speakers don't below 50
yeah.
or so. They
You
really
need
don't do it.
Some crazy
to-
stuff
to
to,
move
get
air in a
bass,
room.
like our headphones in a
Yeah,
room.
they're usually augmented with subs.
Right.
You know, and then in a sub range, we would need something like a JL Audio. Or,
No, I like the the whatever Magico's highest end sub.
Oh yeah, well,
It's got a dual 18s,
how much is that?
6,000 watts or
Oh
something.
jeez.
2-inch thick aluminum baffles.
That's a
you know.
serious sub,
yeah,
man.
yeah, it's legit.
Yeah, that's
I
the-
don't know, 30 grand, something
At
like
least,
that.
I'm sure, yeah. And it takes 6 people to bring it in your house.
Oh yeah, it's like 600 pounds, I think.
Jesus. That's not a sub, that's a rocket engine.
Yeah, well,
Speaking of rocket engines, I hear they're putting in. Isn't our buddy there at Tesla putting a rocket in on the option on the?
yes, SpaceX option it's called.
Yeah, cold gas thrusters.
Cold
cold
gas.
gas.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
see that being particularly effective, but
We'll see.
we'll see.
People seem to be jonesing about it already. Whenever
Well,
it's
yeah.
going to come out, whenever this coupe's going to come out
Next year,
next year. Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or maybe the Cybertruck first.
Yeah, well, they might want to prioritize that. They got a lot of orders.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a bit,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be wonderful.
Yeah. That's cool.
You should get two.
It makes a good video.
Oh, yeah.
Having rocket boosters on the back of a car. Even
Yes.
If it doesn't do much.
Well, they're saying it might. So
Yeah.
there's a reason why they're doing it.
I guess.
Right, you wouldn't
yeah.
just put it on for fun.
Well, they definitely know how to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sounds scary in a car.
It's probably
Yeah.
fun.
I want to be behind the car when this
Well,
happens.
yeah.
It could be dangerous. But then the
Well,
car would know if someone's behind it. It probably wouldn't activate.
Yeah, that's
it.
true. That's true.
It'll know somebody's there.
Yeah.
A person's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, they'll probably put some sort of fail-safe in.
Yeah. It'd be like the James Bond car, you know? You got to
Yeah.
put some cool switches on the dash, you know? Like
Oh, he's into James Bond.
those hidden switches, you know? The panel opens up, yeah?
He bought
There you
the
go.
that submarine Lotus. He owns it.
Yeah.
You know, the one that went underwater?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he owns that one.
I wonder how he keeps that. One of the factories
I don't know.
in the Gigafactory.
I don't know.
Somewhere probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we should. What would we like if we were gonna? If you're gonna buy a speaker today, what would you buy?
Well, I guess it kind of depends. Do you have a budget?
No, I mean, you've got a house. You know.
Yeah.
You know what the room sounds like.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, within reason. You know, the budget, whatever. Let's say 30 grand for the entire system.
30 grand?
a
Okay.
pretty good budget.
That's a pretty good budget. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, just what would you like? I'm not saying that it has to match up with our headphone. It's just
I like Justin speakers. What are those?
703 S2, something like that.
yeah, because they're white.
Because they're white.
Yeah.
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 Well, I like the design. It's very
They're narrow.
square,
It's
Yeah,
a narrow floor stand. It doesn't
compact.
take up a lot of
Yeah,
space.
with
It's
the-
short.
thin,
Yeah.
like larger pad.
They're
thing
not
on
crazy
the-
expensive.
Nope.
No, they're
2 grand, I
reasonably
think, a
priced.
pair.
Yeah,
2
you can
grand?
get them for like 1,500.
Yeah,
Yeah, somebody was.
and they're
just-
white.
I like it that they're white.
Yeah, very clean look.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much
Pretty
anything
cool.
with a white finish, as long as it's a clean aesthetic, not like a real big boxy speaker.
Yeah.
Either a modern look or like a bit more of a sleek design in white or a pearl white or a sparkly white.
I'd get the Bowers
good
and
with that.
Wilkins myself. I'd get the probably the 802 D3s.
Yeah. At 30 grand, I'd get 802
With a
D3s.
set of subs.
But yeah, if I was thinking more like sub $10,000,
Ah,
you know,
right.
then I'd
Oh,
get
you mean what you could actually?
like something,
almost-
something that
you would
if
actually
you
might
really
buy?
wanted to save up, and,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, I don't know about the color I would choose, but it would be 805 D3s.
805s. Yeah. I'd live with those too.
Mhm.
Because what if you got subs running?
Even without subs,
It's just
I mean,
they look so tiny.
yeah,
You know,
No.
having a bookshelf.
yeah, but that's the thing. I don't.
You get some baller stands for 'em.
Like I
I'd
don't
like
have that much
bookshelves.
space.
Yeah.
You know, space is at a
The only
That's
problem with
true.
the bookshelves is you need a nice stand for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you can get a nice stand, then I would definitely buy bookshelves over floor standers.
Yeah. Well, the stands probably cost as much as the speakers. You get some real.
Well,
Well,
I already
maybe not
have
that much,
stands.
but-
I already have.
Yeah.
We're
I
good
hear
there.
you. Yeah. Then I'd go 805s.
Yeah.
I hear you. With a pair of JLs?
No,
No. Which subs you into now?
Rel.
Oh, the REL?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you just got yourself one, didn't
Mm-hmm.
you? Yeah. I love the Fathoms. I love the JLs. I'd probably get smaller ones. Instead of the 13s, maybe I'd get 4 10s instead. And then just spread them around the room. You
Well,
know?
can't go wrong with more
Reduce
subs.
those
huh?
room modes,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
if there are any.
How about an amp?
Every room has a mode.
What amp
Two
would you
or
put with
three.
these?
I don't know. Solid state.
Oh yeah, you go
Pass.
solid state. Pass.
Who is that company that made that amp that was like absolutely gigantic?
Boulder.
Boulder.
Yeah, I like the design.
Well,
There's-
yeah. Well,
Few of them have gigantic.
yeah. yeah.
Do they make a
What's
not
his name?
gigantic
Di-
one?
Di- No.
D'Agostino's got a beast
yeah.
with the cool
Oh, the
freaking
Absolute.
copper look and
Absolute. The new one they got, it's like black.
yeah.
Someone was using it with our headphones with one of those.
Pass makes a real. I mean, these amps are huge. Pass makes a real.
Yeah,
big
some
one,
of those are pretty
80 to
nice,
100
yeah.
grand a pair.
Yeah.
They're like 5 foot deep.
Yeah,
It's a little
it's
You
a, li-
practically
it's a little
sleep
past
on
the
these amps,
budget.
they're so big.
Yeah.
A little past the 30,000.
Yeah, that is way
Little
out.
fast.
They are cool. Not
Yeah.
only that, it's just too complicated. Like, what scares me about an amp that expensive and big is when they fail.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole breaker panel goes up in smoke. The room is smoked. You,
Well,
you
I don't know
gotta
about
you
that.
gotta crate this thing up and ship it back because it
Yeah.
would be catastrophic.
It's like the size of
I,
a house.
I would, yeah, because it's got so much current available.
Yeah.
The power supplies, it probably runs on 240. To
Yeah,
begin
they
with,
usually
right?
do.
Yeah, I mean, so it just when things go bad, they go bad and real bad. Like,
Yeah, the boulders. I
know.
think it was the boulders.
I don't know if things go bad in these things. I haven't
Yeah,
heard
Those,
that.
the ones that they had at the show, those are 240.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
someone
But-
makes an amp like
Yeah,
that.
you got to run
and-
a custom line. To
yeah,
it.
they're-
You're running dedicated lines to these
To our
things. That's like a
European viewers,
necess-
they're
yeah.
going to think, oh, my phone charger runs on 240.
That's right.
Yeah,
Which it
it's
does.
about
It
240, 50 amp 240.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, they're rated at like 1,000 watts at 8 ohms or something.
Yeah.
They're big ones.
Well, the
so,
peak
it's
power is crazy.
Yeah.
They're probably good for like 10,000 watts or something like that.
They say it's like 6,000 or something.
Yeah, I mean, they could it's unlimited
Yeah.
power, which is kind of what they sound like when you hear them. There's no constraint on the amp.
Well, they
It's-
usually
it's the
they can't
speaker at
use the
that
big
point.
ones at shows because they don't have 240.
Yeah, they just put them on
They just
pass.
show them.
Yeah, they put them passively, just sit them on display.
Yeah, but they look pretty good.
They
They
do
look
good.
really cool.
Yeah.
That's what makes you want to buy it.
Right.
Mhm.
Of
course.
It's a guy thing.
Yeah. Well,
Big,
big
speakers.
subs.
yeah.
Big subs. Yeah.
Or is
Well, I
one of
prefer small speakers.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. But if you had the space, then you'd get some big.
Yeah,
speakers.
but you need a big room.
Big room. Yeah.
I've heard big rooms. They sound like big rooms.
Well, yeah.
They're really hard to control the echo and stuff like that. And it's just
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you need that
the
all
reverb in
sorted
them is
too.
just brutal. Yeah. So now you gotta put shit in the big room to make it sound like a little room. You're better off just making a little room or having a little.
Yeah, but then you can have real big
Well,
speakers.
average room.
Real big
Well,
speakers. Those
Or
like
you got to
12
build the
footers.
big room
Yeah.
Get some of those.
Well, yeah.
specifically for
Ceiling
that.
height's nice.
Yeah.
That's always nice. You can get 12, 14-foot ceilings in a room.
Yeah.
That helps a lot.
Yeah, kind of like in here.
Yeah.
That's the speakers always
Yeah,
sound
really.
different here because the
Yeah, this
ceiling's
sound
so
room is
high.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now it's a video
Yeah.
studio, but
Yeah.
But it sounds good in here.
And yeah, I would go tubes though.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Tube
yeah.
amplification.
Oh yeah, with electronics. I go tube front end.
No, I got tube amp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are tricky. You got one in mind?
The whatever the most powerful tri amp they make.
Oh, the Japanese.
Yeah,
ones?
integrated one.
Those
they
are
make.
pretty cool amps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, they're
prefer
pretty
a
affordable too.
Solid state
Yeah.
integrated.
Yeah.
But it's got to be stylish.
Mm,
Yeah.
try.
You'd probably like the. Didn't D'Agostino come out with a integrated? With
Oh,
I think
yeah.
so.
machined
It was
copper.
really
Yeah.
expensive
Yeah,
though, right?
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
But still, it's
That-
integrated.
it does look nice.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want stylish, but I mean that thing.
Yeah, well, I'm not spending 20 grand.
No, I don't
It's
know-
probably more than
I don't
that.
think you get style with cheap.
Well, I'm
Well,
not saying cheap,
yeah.
but
You'd have to
not
make your own. You have to
20,000.
make your own faceplate.
Oh boy.
What you could do, there's two CNCs kicking, chilling in the back.
Well, actually, they're both.
Actually, we can make our own amp. Someone said that on one of our YouTube videos.
Yeah, wanna make
Comment,
an amp?
Why don't you
Yeah.
guys make a USA amp? And it's just like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
We're still trying to make headphones.
Yeah.
More headphones.
That's the problem.
So yeah. Other people are good at making amps. We'll just leave it up to them for now. But maybe
now.
one day.
I think we covered the general ballpark of the situation.
Mhm.
If you like this video, feel free to give us a thumbs up and let us know what you'd like to see in a future video in the comments below. Let us know about your system, what your favorites are, and stay subscribed to see more content like this. Thanks, guys.